What's good, YouTube? In today's video, we're going to talk about 10 things America does better than Vietnam. I currently live here in Vietnam. I love this country. It's a beautiful country, but there are some things that America does better. I'm going to get into it in this video. So like and subscribe to the channel. Follow me on all social media platforms. Let's get into it. I'm going to reference my notes here. I'm going to try to make this video as fast as possible. And we're going to start off with number 1. Accessibility for people with disabilities. It says here, America has more ramps, elevators, accessible public buildings, and legal protections. I agree with that. The disabled has a lot of protection through the ADA. They have a lot of programs to assist them with getting around and reaching getting to their doctor's appointments. They have a lot of opportunities to apply for benefits and stuff like that to help them with their monthly bill. So yeah, there's a slew of options in America when it comes down to the disabled. So I'll give America props for that. So we're going to get into number 2, higher salaries. It says workers generally earn much higher income, especially in professional fields. And that's true, especially if you're a doctor or you're working in tech, or if you're a lawyer, or, all these professional field engineer, all these professional fields that we know of to be high earners. Still is the case today. Another thing is, though, you can come over to America with, and seek opportunity and build yourself up. America is a good country for that, and make something out yourself and, be successful there with very little. So that's one thing about America that I do love, and that seems to be the case to this day. All right, so we're going to move on to number 3, which is consumer choices. It says America has more products, brands, and shopping options, which is, I guess, true. I'm pretty sure we don't have more options than China, especially when it comes to like phone brands and car brands. But everything else, I would say we do, like household goods and clothing brands. We do have a lot of options in that area. So in America is much more of a consumerist country. So by saying that, yeah, we do have a lot of options, and I just don't think it's much more than China, but it's enough though, right? Number 4, road infrastructures. We have wider roads, better highways, and more organized driving. And that's true. Like I said, I live in here in Vietnam, where motorbikes run the roads, and it's insane here. They cut you off at the last second. I feel sorry for anybody that's driving a car here. It's much harder to navigate the roads here because of those motorbikes, and there's so many of them on the road. So yeah, it's much more organized in America than here in Vietnam. I agree with that. Number 5 is digital and government services. It says here, many services can be handled online quickly and efficiently, and I agree with that. In America, pretty much almost everything can be done online, even when it comes down to the government, banking. Everything can usually be done online. You rarely ever have to go into a office or a bank to handle your issues. You can most definitely get things done online or over a phone. When I went to the Philippines, that wasn't so much the case. You especially came down to banking, you still would have to go into the bank to handle all your banking issues, which was kind of insane to see, because that was usually an all-day process to do that. But here in Vietnam, it's pretty straightforward as well, like America. I don't know so much on the government side when it comes down to the locals, but when it comes down to the banking and everything and making transactions online, that's pretty simple as well and convenient here in Vietnam. All right, number 6, we're talking about public libraries. It says America has an extensive public library system with books, classes, and community resources. And I haven't been to a library in so long, but I'm pretty sure they're still around, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot of them still around. And so, you still have access to resources and knowledge through the library. So, yeah, I'm guessing that's still true. I'm pretty sure there's libraries here in Vietnam as well. Maybe not as many as there are in America, but, I'm pretty sure they exist here as well. But everybody has access to the information online, so I'm pretty sure a lot of people go that route. But I'm pretty sure America still has a lot more libraries than Vietnam do. Number 7, package delivery. It says fast and reliable delivery network make online shopping extremely convenient. And that's true. In America, you got Amazon with the 2-day shipping, and, So everything's just much more convenient when it comes to shopping online and getting your package delivered. Here in Vietnam, it's pretty much it's convenient as well. It just takes a little bit longer, especially if you order off Lazada or Shopee. It'll take about a week to a week and a half to get your products. But things are much more still accessible here because malls are still a thing here in Vietnam. So a lot of people just go to the malls and stuff like that. They really don't do a whole lot of shopping online like we do in America. So malls are still a thing here. But as far as the package delivery, yeah, America most definitely excels in that area. Number 8, large living spaces. It says homes and apartments are generally larger, especially outside major cities. That's true because the kitchens are usually larger. They're more equipped than the apartments in homes here in Vietnam. A lot of the kitchens don't even have an oven. Like in America, all the kitchens have a stove with an oven. That's not really a thing here in Vietnam because a lot of people really don't cook as much because everything's it's so affordable that people just eat out all the time. So they rarely cook. But if you do want to cook, they have what you call burners that you can cook. But it's just ovens are very hard to find. So I agree with that. It says number 9, career opportunities. It says more industries, large markets, and greater opportunities for career advancement. Yeah, what I'm saying? Most definitely. If you're in the corporate world, you most definitely have opportunity to advance your position. And that's always been a thing in America, to be able to advance in your company. I haven't worked in a while, so I've been, but there was always opportunities for advancements. There was always other job positions that need to be filled that paid more, and you always had the opportunity to pursue those positions. So I'm pretty sure that's still a thing in America. So yeah, that's number 9. Number 10 is consumer protections like refunds, warranties, and consumer services policies are often stronger and more standardized. Yeah, especially if you order stuff off Amazon, if you didn't, if it's, you didn't like the condition of the package or the product, you can always return it for a full refund. I'm pretty sure Vietnam is the same way, especially for the locals. I don't know so much for the expats. I'm pretty sure as well for the expats, as long as you could prove that you bought the product and you have your receipt and everything, I'm pretty sure you can get full refunds and everything like that. So, but I think in America, it's more streamlined and much more convenient. So yeah, I give America props for that because it's much more easier to exchange or return things there. So yeah, those are the 10 things that I feel America does better than Vietnam. I'm going to do another video on 10 things Vietnam does better than America coming up next. So like and subscribe to the channel. Follow me on all social media platforms. Stay tuned for upcoming videos I have coming down the pipeline. Peace.